Started rolling. Didn't format the card.
Now, how good is this autofocus? I'm kind of hyped about this new idea. I once anamorphaked the Canon EF 50mm f1.4 lens, and more than half the people that end up pursuing that mod do so because of autofocus. The issue is that lens didn't really hold up with its autofocus when used in video circumstances, but autofocus has come a long way in the video world since then, so how about we anamorphake some modern lenses? As a recap, anamorphaking means to use a variety of resources and techniques to simulate the anamorphic look on plain spherical lenses. This is usually much cheaper than actually getting an anamorphic lens. Watch my full series on anamorphaking to understand all of its principles. One of the main changes we need to implement on sphericals, aka regular lenses, is transforming bokeh from circular to oval. This is done with an insert placed at the aperture of the lens. I've modded more than a dozen vintage or manual spherical lenses this way, from Contax to Rokinon, but I've always steered clear of more modern lenses featuring electronics in them. I just didn't find autofocus performance worth the effort of dealing with the additional disassembly stress. Then came the S5 II and now the S5 IIX, bringing good autofocus performance for cameras that I use, which made me itchy to experiment. I got lucky and landed these 35 and 85mm, both f1.8 S series lenses. The lenses deliver great looks by themselves, so I decided to try and anamorphake them to see what I could get. Getting behind the mount was super discouraging as it opens up to a circuit board and tons of tiny screws. I can't easily remove the glass to access the iris mechanism and place the oval inserts. Fortunately, I know very skilled folks like lens genius Corby Martin at Salmo Cine. Corby and I met at Portland's Lens Summit in 2022. He has more than 10 years of experience as a lens tech, and with a unique blend of skills between machinist and cinematographer, Corby developed the effigy lens system and the ethereal effects lens. Burned out from the pandemic, Corby moved to the interior to become the only independent cine lens tech in all of Canada. And no, he didn't pay me to say this, I just find it amazing and I want him to succeed. If you have weird lenses with weird problems, message him. I gave myself the same advice, so I shot him an email asking, "Yo, have you ripped through any lenses with electronics in them? Want to give these two a shot?" To which he responded, "Sure, why not?" So off the lenses went to Salmo, BC, and Corby then smartly filmed the process of disassembly, and he did short work of the whole thing, shipping me both lenses modified in a pretty quick turnaround. And this is what we get with them. As noticed on the video about the S5 II's autofocus, these perform pretty reliably. Having a faster aperture than the 20 to 60mm f3.5 5.6 zoom gives me much more valuable insight regarding how stable the autofocus is and how it performs in motion. I had the camera flying on the RS3 Pro and running its own autofocus. Every once in a while things went off, but mostly the results are great and unattainable without the camera doing the hard work. As for bokeh, we pushed to lose as little light as possible. I'm estimating we lost 1 stop of light from the original f1.8, making the lenses about f2.8. The ovals get cut off towards the top of the frame on the 35mm, but the 85 has smooth results all around. We could achieve cleaner results on the 35 by stopping down the oval further, and that's the trade-off. Better ovals, less light. Corby recorded the important parts of the process for modifying the 85mm, so I thought I could just repeat it. But going through the clips, I don't want to do that. I can tell that it's not impossible, but it does require a lot more finesse than my previous lens mods, and the undoing of a few electronic connectors. Still, having watched Corby's approach to the challenge of disassembling a modern lens gives me some understanding of the process and the feeling that if I got my hands on another one of these Lumix lenses, I could figure things out myself with a little encouragement. Are you willing to try? It is more challenging than all my previous lens mods, but the results are also spectacular, especially because this is the easiest and cheapest way to get some of the anamorphic look while maintaining autofocus. Do you have any S series prime lenses? Are you inclined to open them up? As you go, please check out Salmo Cine's website and Corby's work. He's the Canadian partner with Douglas for Cine Mode parts and installation, so if you want Douglas' services but don't want to ship across the border, Corby's the best way to go. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you learned something cool today. See you next time. Chitafadens, out.